Going through your life in your 20s, and when they say it's a roller coaster, fuck, damn, it's a roller coaster. And like you really truly discover who you are, and you feel like you knew in the like before in the past you thought you knew who you are, but I feel like you really just relearn yourself and your morals and your rhythm and your just overall character. And it's so easy to compare yourself with other people and like feel the lack and everything, but like the more I realize that I'm doing that, because it's normal to do that, and it's like okay, and it's a common human experience, and it's gonna happen. But the more I like realize, like when I do that is like it never gets anywhere, obviously, but like at the end of the day I feel like it really invalidates your own experience, because it's taking you away from your own like current present and being in the moment and just enjoying the simplest pleasures that that makes you feel good. It just like stagnates you from your true form and like keeps you in that negative low vibration of just constant negativity and just like wishing where they were. But like as I was saying, like I feel like I need to hear this, and a lot of people need to hear this, is like don't invalidate your own experience. Everyone has a different path for a reason, because everyone needs to figure out their self in their own pace. And it's valid to compare, but like why would you want to compare your life with someone else's? Because at the end of the day, when you look back at your life, you're not going to be looking back at the people you compared yourself with. You're going to be looking back at the fact that I don't like the fact that I compared myself, so much. You're going to be looking back at the fact that like I wish I could have done this, this and this and that. But then you realize like, wait, I was comparing myself more than I should have, and I was taking that away from my own experience, and I was lowering down my morals of self-respect, and being in present with in the moment, and just not like going into that cycle of just honestly like depressive feelings. And yeah, I feel like I'm having such a like biggest spiritual awakening. Not awakening, but like I've already had, I feel like I've already had that awakening, but just like a spiritual renewal process like these past few months, and just truly finding myself and my morals. And it's such a beautiful process. But the more you realize like you just need to stay in your own headspace and not compare, the more you realize how like everything opens up to you. And you accept that life comes with its rhythms, just like nature, mother nature, and her seasonal rhythms. Like everything's not going to be perfect, and there's no point to like think everything's going to be perfect. So like just follow your own rhythm and know what like gives you peace and what keeps you regulated, and just keeping yourself in the moment instead of using that free will to go into that negative cycle. Because at the end of the day, your thoughts is what you control. You can control with your free will. You have that any chance in your moment, in your day to day, to pivot that perspective into positivity. Because why would you want to look back and regret, right? Like regretting is going to be like the worst feeling of it all. So just taking that initiative to change your life in such a productive way is, I feel like, is what's going to truly make you find yourself in that fulfillment, and having a very sparkly 20s of your life. And I'm really so excited for the stuff that's going to come up in my life too, and really excited to just furthermore engulf myself in my own creative spark and my own self and my truth. And I just want to really put out there that just don't invalidate your own experience. It's so important, and such a big perspective change to get used to at the same time, because change is not going to be instantaneous in this world of looking through your phone and comparing yourself and seeing different realities than you. It makes you feel like it makes you like lose that rhythm and kind of seek a faster rhythm, like catch it and receive it just that second. But when you realize like nothing's gonna come just like that, everyone has their process. So the more you don't invalidate your process, the more you're gonna appreciate each step, because it makes you feel more courageous in yourself, believe more of yourself. Give yourself that bravery that you need. So yeah, just just do you, and really limit your screen time too. Because at the end of the day, it helped me so much when I stopped limiting when I started limiting my screen time. Because at the end of the, I was saying, like, the more you're on your screen, the more you compare yourself with different people's realities, and I just don't want to look back and regret that. So it's like giving yourself that, like, moral respect, and not disrespecting your own like reality, as I am saying. That's the very important message that I want to keep telling. And just giving yourself that love and routine that you need. And most likely, like, if you feel like there's a lot of lack, there's a lot of factors that has to do with comparing. So just seeing your environment with a non-judgment, very objective perspective, and just, like, analyze, like, what you can do better. And just overall, just, like, when you realize when you're getting sad, pivot that perspective. And the matter of fact, when it just starts, so you don't even go down that road. And just overall, just spreading that love with the other people and awareness, because that's what is this human experience is all about. Finding that love within yourself without any comparison, and then spreading it around you. Because the more you do that, your day-to-day is just going to be shining with beautiful auras. And you'll find pleasures in the simplest things. And it's just going to be surreal. And just trust the process and the contingency within your own spiritual journey. And just try to stay close to your truth as much as you can, because the more you obviously live, you'll find your truth. And the more you align yourself, the more it's just gonna it's gonna go crazy. And you're gonna look back and say, I'm so glad I stayed positive and gave myself that respect and routine and everything. Like, you're gonna thank yourself. So just contingency, stay off your phone, and you got this.